Welcome again, everyone. This is a second video. This is not about the update. It is all about what I've been reading, thinking, observing, and perhaps we all need to think about as to where we are, and where we will be soon when everything opens up. And that is not very far, as I understand. It's a food for thought, basically. Let's look at the timeline of COVID 19. The first confirmed case in Washington, US was a 30-year-old on January 21st, which is February, March, April, less than 3 months ago. Everything was wonderful, and suddenly things started happening. February 29th was the first death, which is just about 50 days back. March 13th, US declared national emergency. March 17th, coronavirus presence in all 50 states. Today, on 4/18, it seems that the sky has fallen. More than 715,000 cases and 37,700 deaths in 50 days. Bill Gates talked about this in his TED talk about 5 years ago. Not that he said it will happen in 2020, but he said in about 5, maybe more years, we should be we should be really ready for a pandemic because he works on these kind of things. And he also has talked about these particular COVID-19 about, I think, 10 days ago. And I think it's worth looking at the TED Talks. It's very, very promising. Um, I just read an article, it's written on 14th of April, which is about 4 days ago, by Kai Kupferschmidt. It's a German journalist, award-winning journalist. Very nice article. Its heading is a little fearsome. डरने वाली बात है कि ending coronavirus lockdown will be a dangerous process of trial and error. But I think it shows a lot of hopes as well. Um, Basically, it's a fear of creating a second wave of COVID 19 by relaxing social distancing too quickly. उसको ज़रा देखें तो पता चलता है कि isolating patients and tracing the contacts is the first immediate important thing. We have not been able to do it yet, as of yet, in many countries, and we need to still do it. Testing capacity is not great. Isolation facility is not great. It is very labor intensive for contact tracing. Some countries in China, France, and Germany, China has definitely tried, and France and Germany are thinking to do mobile phone applications in which a proximity tracing between two devices. So that can be done. It has got its own issue about the privacy, etc. Issues of apartment living will create a problem in this because people are near each other. Issues of slum density in third world countries also. Border restriction will have to be employed by many countries for quite some time. Restriction on visitors, quarantining at the hotels, those who are visitors in a different country. Social distancing, social and economic cost is great. School opening, we'll have to think about it how. Staggered breaks, masks, keeping R naught less than 1 is important so that the disease goes away. Development of immunity, more than 40%, maybe 50, 60%, it will take the disease away. What is the present situation? आज है almost all countries have some degrees of lockdown. Social distancing हर जगह पे हो रही है. Disruptions of social lives है. Closures of religious places, churches, mosques, temples, synagogues, restaurants, हर जगह पे तकरीबन बंद है. Bars, restaurant, coffee houses कुल बंद है. Educational institutions, schools at home, colleges online. How long can we survive this lockdown and its economic effects? In some countries, social distancing is a privilege and not possible because the density of the population is large and there's lots of slums. Question कुछ लोग पूछते हैं कि what is acceptable? Hunger, dying by hunger by staying shut down, or death by coronavirus? Economy, let's look at the economy. US has 2.2 million unemployed. China ने contraction अपना बताया है economy का 6.8%, which is unheard of. It used to be double-digit growth. Japan has sounded alarms. Stock markets are almost 20-25% down, almost all over the world. Oil prices are at the lowest in decades. pause button has been hit on world economy in every country. ऐसा लग रहा है. Industries and offices are closed. Coronavirus has created havoc. An invisible microscopic entity has caused standstill of all activities almost all over the world. Hundreds of thousands will lose their lives before we come out of this, and hundreds of thousands will have lost their livelihood. And there will be many bankruptcies, and many businesses will never open. What should we do? Experts कहते हैं कि we should be defensive, conservative, cash is king, no new debts, be alert, be vigilant. Should we be afraid? Yes, because economic meltdown जो है और होगा वो बड़ा ख़तरनाक होगा ऐसा लग रहा है. But be hopeful. Inshallah, everything will be work out right. What is the likely future of the severe economic hardship caused by lockdowns and social distancing? We need to discuss it amongst ourselves, amongst our families, our groups, and frequently so that we can keep reviewing our plans. We do not have first-hand experience of the pandemic and its aftermath, but we do have history, and that history is of 1918, 1920 Spanish flu, which happened just after the World War I, and its sequelae. Immediately thereafter, जो लोग हिस्ट्री पढ़े हैं उनको पता होगा कि 1923 में एक रिसेशन आया which lasted 14 months, 26 में दूसरा आया lasted 13 months, 29 में तीसरा आया which turned into Great Depression, lasted for 43 months, 4 years almost, just under 4 years, 3.5 years. Recession, another recession, 1937 lasted for 13 months, and then Second World War, which really created the different situation. Religious situation में क्या है, सारे जैसे मैंने पहले बोला schools, churches, mosques, temples सब कुछ बंद है. Religion is a great support. In times of difficulty, we turn to our Creator. But temporarily, we need to worship Creator through prayers, meditation at home. Many people got into depression, loneliness. We need to talk to those people, friends, relatives, vulnerables particularly. Support all those who need support. Stay in touch. Make them feel a part of our life. Social, we are meeting on Zoom, Skype, etc. Meeting people, we are not hugging or kissing. Thinking twice before touching anything or shaking hands. Keeping hands below our belt. Food requirements are the same. We need the same calories, but is satisfied differently. Cooked at home or we get the takeaway. Religious prayers, same, but at home. Domestic quarrels and violence has increased, as I understand. Alcoholism due to depression has increased. Other routines are schools are closed, working online, offices closed, working from home. Would we think if this works well, why should we have the brick and mortar facilities? This is what people are asking. I think number of things will probably change, and we will learn a number of things. How will we cope with the post COVID-19 world? Most adjustments will happen. It will take time though. Psychologically, emotional, social adjustments, ये सारी चीज़ें होंगी. Prepare for next endemic or pandemic, endemic or pandemic. Whatever happens, drills उसकी होनी होंगी. What about the second wave? That's the most important thing, because if we quickly open, we may have a second wave and we may have more deaths, and that's also one of the worries. Today's reminder, again, we same reminders हैं, break the chain of spread, keep 6 feet distance, use masks, wash hands, don't touch anything suspicious. Stay at home, keep safe, save lives, yours and everyone else's. This too shall pass, for sure. Stay optimist. Replace fear with hope. Hope is infectious. Well, look after yourself. Take care. Thank you.